Great. What a great group of people, and I'm so glad that we could come together today. Those of you who are joining us remotely, we're happy that you can join us as well. We love taking every opportunity we can to join together, to lift one another, to learn from one another. So thank you for being here. Now, as Russell mentioned, you should each now either have one of these or soon you should have one of these. We're going to try this. So before we try these tablets, I want to have everybody help me out. So we're going to repeat after me, please. Everybody say immuno. Let's do a little bit louder. Immuno. Modulation. Immunomodulation. All right, great. Immunomodulation is modulation or regulatory adjustment of the immune system. This is a very logical term, right? Like so many things in science, it just makes sense. Now, the new Onguard Chewable tablets are all about immunomodulation, and there's a ton of science packed into each of the tablets, and we're going to get into those details. But before doing so, let's go ahead and experience the product. So, open up the sachet and put the tablet into your mouth. And just suck on it for a minute. I don't want you to chew it up right away. Just suck on that tablet and experience it. Okay. Now, when you first taste the tablet, undoubtedly there's a flavor that jumps out to you. What is that? Onguard. That's right. We notice the Onguard Essential Oils, and it's somewhat comforting that we're experiencing this essential oil blend first with this product. Now, those of you who have a really good sense of taste, you may also taste that this is sugar-free. And if you're a super taster, you might be able to taste that these are vegan, non-GMO, and gluten-free. All right. Now, some of you might wonder, why are we creating this product? When Dr. Hill introduced this product this morning, he talked about the evolution of Onguard, the expansion of our product offering, and of course, the importance of it maintaining our immune system, right? We've heard a lot about the significance of maintaining our immune system lately. The reality is there's a bit of a health issue going on right now, and although we may sometimes feel over it, unfortunately, it's not over yet. Now, keeping our immune systems in top shape and primed for action are what Onguard Chewable tablets are all about. We've included several immunomodulatory ingredients in this product, and they are the Onguard Essential Oil Blend, vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, and beta-glucan. And we're going to do a deep dive on each of these ingredients and talk about how they're supporting our immune system. Now, before we get into those details, we're going to do a quick review of the immune system. With healthy immune systems, we can live more confidently in our ability to respond to ever-present immune threats. I want to ask everybody to raise your hand if you have eaten anything today, touched anything today, or taken a breath of air today. Go ahead and raise your hand. All right, that's everybody. Now, we have all experienced potential immune threats today. And in reality, it's impossible to avoid all immune threats, which is why we should focus on supporting our immune systems and the ability to mount an appropriate immune response. Now, our immune systems include two primary categories, the innate category and the adaptive category. And the innate immune system includes physical, chemical, and cellular defense components that are protecting our bodies from the immediate spread of pathogens. The innate category of the immune system includes a broader protective scope with the ability to respond to a wide variety of immune threats. Now, the adaptive immune system is also known as acquired immunity or specific immunity. And the adaptive immune response includes lymphocytes, since these are antigen dependent. Now, when we have an immune response that includes the adaptive immune system, our bodies are generating antibodies against the specific antigens that we were exposed to. So in this way, we're creating an immune memory. And this is a very powerful segment of the immune system. But it's very specific with a narrower protective scope. Now, with that brief overview of the immune system, we're going to get into the details of this new product. Now, of course, we've included the Onguard Essential Oil blend. Now, it's one of our legacy oil blends, and it just might be the highest consumption essential oil blend that we have. It's available in a variety of different products and delivery systems, and you learned about some of those earlier today. I also want to mention that we had Dr. Brannick-Riggs gave a presentation on the whole family of Onguard products and when you should use each one. And these presentations are available on demand, so I just want to put a plug in to check that out when you have the opportunity. Now, I'm not going to repeat everything that he taught, but I did want to highlight a couple of points of our Onguard Essential Oil blend. Number one, the chemistry of the essential oil that we're including has exceptional antioxidant capacity. And this is important in an immune response where numerous reactive oxygen species are being generated. And for this antioxidant capacity, you can just think of eugenol that we're getting from clove in this oil blend. The second point that I want to iterate is that we have the monoterpene limonene, which we're of course getting from wild orange oil. And this limonene helps to modulate T lymphocyte and macrophage activity. And the third point is that we have 1,8-cineol from the eucalyptus oil, which is very supportive to our respiratory systems. So these are three key points for the Onguard Essential Oil blend. Now, the second ingredient that we've included here is vitamin D, and specifically D3 or cholecalciferol. Now, we consider vitamin D to be a pleiotropic hormone. Now, pleiotropic means that it's producing multiple effects from a single gene. Now, for example, you can imagine or remember that vitamin D plays important roles in both calcium utilization and directing the calcium to deposit in the bones, and also in supporting an immune response, since we have vitamin D receptors located on immune cells all throughout our body. And that point about immune cells located all throughout our body is important in thinking of vitamin D as a hormone. Now, vitamin D as a hormone, vitamin D is circulating all throughout our body and interacting with immune cells and helping to regulate the genetic expression of immune-related genes. So that's why we use the term immunomodulation at the beginning. Now, likely all of us have heard a lot about the significance of vitamin D lately. And that's partly because so much of the world's population is dramatically deficient in vitamin D. And it's also partly because vitamin D plays such a significant role in supporting our immune systems. Now, over the past year, 6 medical societies from across the globe emphasized the importance of obtaining the daily recommended intake of vitamin D. In an open letter to world governments, which you can find at the link here, more than 200 scientists and medical professionals from all across the globe were specific and deliberate in their declaration of vitamin D's causal role in supporting our immune health. And in the letter, the scientists called for immediate, widespread, and increased vitamin D intake. So we responded with this product. Now, this Onguard Chewable tablet includes an excellent prophylactic dose of vitamin D, 600 international units, or 15 micrograms. And you'll notice this is not a mega dose. This is a prophylactic dose. It's meant to be used on a regular basis. Now, for those of you who are in the vegetarian crowd, you'll appreciate that the D3 in this product comes from algae instead of the traditional lanolin. So it's vegan friendly. Now, disappointingly, more than 70%, according to NHANES data, more than 70% of the population in the United States is vitamin D insufficient. So let's all resolve to not be part of the insufficient group. Now, the next nutrient that we're focusing on is vitamin C, sometimes known as ascorbic acid. And we've included this in this product as magnesium ascorbate. Now, vitamin C's role in supporting immune health is likely no surprise to anybody here. We've long known that vitamin C supports immune health. But there is something unique that I want to point out that you might not be aware of. When it comes to supporting our immune systems with vitamin C, we can use it in primarily 2 ways. the first way we can use it is before the immune need arises, in a preventative fashion. And the second way that we can use it is in response to, or when the immune need already exists. And the difference is significant, so I wanted to highlight this. Onguard tablets are meant to help us maintain our immune guard. The truth is that we are better off when we can avoid an overwhelmed immune system. And that's why we want to maintain our immune systems. Now, optimal prophylactic dose of vitamin C requires saturating plasma levels, and this is ideally 100 to 200 milligrams per day. And this optimizes cell and tissue levels. Now, in contrast, if we are responding to an existing immune issue, then this requires much larger doses of vitamin C, even gram levels of vitamin C. So you're better off to get ahead of the issues, right? Now, due to the body's low storage capacity for water-soluble vitamins, which vitamin C is a water-soluble vitamin, regular and adequate intake is required to prevent vitamin C deficiency. And you'd be surprised to know that vitamin C deficiency is actually relatively common in Western populations. In fact, in the United States, it is the fourth leading nutrient deficiency, with nearly 66 million Americans who are deficient in vitamin C. Now, Onguard tablets contain a superior chelated form of zinc in zinc citrate. Now, zinc is critical for normal development and function of immune cells, right? In both innate and adaptive immune responses, zinc plays an important role. Now, the cellular functions of zinc can be divided into three primary categories. Number one, catalytic. Number two, structural. And number three, regulatory. Now, zinc, like vitamin C, is not readily stored in the body, so regular intake is important to maintain the integrity of the immune system. Zinc deficiency averages about 31% globally, with some regions even approaching 70%. Now, several randomized controlled trials and meta-analyses have demonstrated, it is well established, that 10 to 45 milligrams of zinc per day will dramatically enhance several aspects of immune function. And I've listed some of these here on this slide. Now, beta-glucans, our last but certainly not least ingredient in this product, are non-starch polysaccharides that are made of D-glucose molecules, and these are connected by beta-glycosidic bonds. And the spatial configuration is significant, so I've highlighted it here, encircling the beta bond in purple, for those of you who really like to know that. Now, beta-glucans are found in multiple sources in nature, and I've listed them here: mushrooms, seaweed, cereal grains, and yeast. And depending on their origin, the configuration of the glucan will be different, which means it has a different function and a different benefit. Now, the insoluble beta-glucan in Onguard chewable tablets works through three different immune pathways. Number one, the complement pathway. Number two, the dectin-1 pathway. And number three, the toll-like receptor pathway. Now, unfortunately, we don't have time today to go into the details of how the beta-glucan is modulating each of these pathways to support an immune response. But the enhancement is real and the effect is rapid, and all of our immune systems can benefit from regular consumption of beta-glucan. Now, when it comes to the beta-glucan, they're not all the same. They can differ, as I mentioned, in at least the four primary ways: in the source, the structure, the function, and the purity, or the homogeneity. Now, when we launched the new proteins in January, which you can try in the lifestyle experience, you may recall that we included beta-glucan. Now, in that product, the beta-glucan is coming from oat, and it's structurally different than the beta-glucan that we're including in the Onguard chewable tablet. Now, because of the purity of the pure immune beta-glucan, which we're using in this product, a higher level of complement protease is detected in the blood. Now, purity matters, and this is also visible in the way that the product looks. Our beta-glucan is the white, pure, particulate beta-glucan that activates the immune system faster than any other by far. Now, Pure Immune elicits a fast-acting, rapid-onset immune response. Other beta-glucans may take 7, 10, or even 12 days to build an immune response. And you're going to hear more about this in our next presentation from Dr. Nicole Stevens, so be sure to stick around to learn more about that. Now, we've covered a lot of technical information today, and I don't expect everybody to remember all the details. So I want to leave you with a short, compelling pitch for why you and those you know and love should use this product. Number one, we cannot avoid all immune threats in our lives. Number two, living a full life with confidence and high quality requires that we are able to respond to immune threats and to protect ourselves. Number three, some of the easiest ways to protect ourselves and elicit a robust immune response are to obtain healthy levels of micronutrients that are critical for immune function. And number four, Onguard Chewable tablets provide important immunomodulators in a convenient, sugar-free, vegetarian tablet that is easy for the whole family to use at home or on the go. Now, with the one tablet that you consumed earlier, you're 1/3 primed for the day. So be sure to get to the lifestyle experience for 2 more tablets to be fully primed to carry on with your life. Thank you.